Hey everyone, Rodney Goldston here. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to spend just a few minutes a day talking to you about how you can increase your willpower. And I want to give you 3 simple tools or strategies for increasing your willpower, which will increase your chances of being successful in your business, in your family, and in your finances. So number 1, I'd say this. To increase your willpower, try this. Talk to yourself. And in reality, you actually talk to yourself anyway. We all talk to ourselves. But I want you to pay attention to this. Muhammad Ali was asked, how did you become the world's greatest athlete? And he had a very curious response. He said, I told myself I was the greatest before I ever really was. Let me say that again and pay attention to this. He said, I told myself I was the greatest before I ever really was. You see, folks, we all talk to ourselves. The problem is that scientists, psychologists say we think 40 to 50,000 thoughts a day, with more than 90% of them being negative. That's 40 to 50,000 thoughts a day and 90% being negative. And Ali said this, he says, I became the greatest because over and over and over again, I told myself that I was the greatest before it was ever really true. So what he is saying is that he told himself something that he hadn't accomplished yet, but every day he worked towards that end. In fact, he said something else. He said, I hated every single moment of training, but I told myself, practice hard for a few hours and live the rest of my life as a champion. That ideology, that paradigm of I am the greatest, drove his willpower to push through the hard times of practice until he became a champion and lived his life that way. So number 1, talk to yourself and speak positively to yourself, more importantly. Number 2, if you want to increase your willpower, if you want to increase your chances of being successful in this world, you have to stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. I learned a poem when I was in college. It goes like this. It goes, excuses are the tools of the incompetent. They build monuments to nothing and bridges to nowhere. And those who specialize in them are seldom good at anything else. Folks, successful people, the most successful people in this world, know that that the buck stops with them. That they cannot make excuses for anything in their life, for anything that they're trying to accomplish. They must take 100% responsibility. So, no more excuses. Whatever it is you're trying to get done, make a plan and do it. Take a step towards accomplishing your goal every single day. Just walk towards it. No more excuses. And the last thing I want to leave you with is this, is that in order to increase your willpower, you've got to choose to do hard things. Now, I talk about this in my upcoming book. Have you ever wondered why professional bike riders don't ride soft cushion seats? That if you were to look at the bike seat of a professional long distance rider, they ride a seat with absolutely no padding on it. Why is that? It's because in the short run, the cushion seat is comfortable, but in the long run, you settle into it and it becomes uncomfortable. The hard seat with no cushioning is uncomfortable in the short run, but in the long run, the sit bones and the muscles become strong so that the rider can ride for a long time. And that's what life is like. That's whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in life, that's what it's like. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And that you've got to learn to do hard things. You've got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Let me give you a little something to make you go, Listen, folks, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. So those are the three things I have for you today to help increase your willpower. Talk to yourself and speak positively to yourself. Stop making excuses and choose to do hard things. Folks, I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you at the very top. And remember that you can and you must pick yourself for success. I'm Rodney Golston, and I'm out.